Welcome back, radiant soul of Leo. I'm Luna, and if you found your way here today, trust that this message was meant for you. There is no accident in the timing. The stars are whispering, and your spirit, even if weary, is listening. Today, the energy around you is not loud or dramatic, but it carries a truth that cannot be ignored. You may feel a quiet exhaustion, not from your body, but from your heart, as if you've been reaching out for applause that never quite fills the silence inside. Perhaps you've been chasing validation from the world, your family, your friends, or even strangers who barely know your light. And in that chase, something sacred has slipped your connection to your true self, the part of you that doesn't need to be approved, only remembered. Leo. This is your sacred pause, a cosmic invitation to step back from the noise, to stop measuring your worth by reactions, and to remember the fire that lives within you. That fire doesn't burn for attention. It burns for truth, for purpose, for joy. And when you're aligned with it, you don't need anyone else's permission to shine. So today, let your body be your guide. Move. Dance barefoot in your room, stretch under the morning sun, or take a slow walk with your hand on your heart. Movement isn't just physical, it's energetic release. It shakes off the doubt, it clears the fog, and it reopens the channels to your intuition. And when you're back in tune with yourself, Leo, the world feels different not because it changed, but because you remembered who you are. Let's begin this journey into the stars not as someone seeking answers, but as someone ready to receive their own reflection in the cosmic mirror. Financially. Leo. The universe is shifting something powerful on your behalf. A breakthrough is forming like the first crack of dawn after a long night. The obstacles that once felt immovable, the delays, the uncertainty, the frustrating patterns around money or stability, they are beginning to dissolve. But this shift isn't just about outer change. It begins with a subtle but sacred inner alignment. The moment you stop doubting your worth, the doors begin to open. The moment you choose to see yourself not through the lens of fear, but through the lens of potential, your reality begins to reshape itself. This is a time to blend the sharpness of your mind with the quiet power of your intuition. Logic will show you the structure, but intuition will reveal the timing. If you've been wondering whether to take that leap, start that project, or say yes to a collaboration that feels unconventional, pay attention to how your body responds. If something makes your heart race in that thrilling, expansive way, it's not fear, it's alignment. You're being guided toward opportunities that will not only bring financial reward, but also emotional and spiritual satisfaction. This is abundance that feels right in your soul. You may also feel drawn toward creative or visionary ideas, ones that others might not understand right away. Don't let that stop you. You are not here to follow familiar paths. You are here to create new ones, especially now when your energy is magnetic and your fire is calling in the resources you need. Be open to inspiration in unexpected places, a conversation, a dream, a sudden inner knowing. These are your cosmic breadcrumbs leading you to a more prosperous future. And remember, true prosperity isn't just about the money in your account. It's about the freedom to move, to choose, to give, to rest. As you trust this new financial energy, keep your actions rooted in authenticity, not pressure. Stay patient, because even sudden breakthroughs require grounded foundations to last. Your wealth is coming not just in coins, but in clarity and confidence, and in the joy of knowing that you are finally being met by a universe that sees your value. Your lucky numbers for today: 18, 30, 42, 54, 66. May they be reminders that luck is not random, it is resonance. You're aligning with something greater, and it's ready to meet you halfway. In your career. Leo, the stillness is breaking not with noise or chaos, but with a quiet surge of forward motion that you can feel beneath the surface of things. The stagnation that once wrapped around your ambitions like a fog is lifting. You may not see the full picture just yet, but the momentum is returning. A door is opening not because you forced it, but because you've been patient, reflective, and silently preparing. This is the turning point where the waiting transforms into motion, where clarity returns like a long-lost echo finally making its way back to you. The Three of Wands in your reading is not a small symbol. It speaks of expansion of projects growing beyond your initial vision of partnerships that stretch your potential in beautiful ways. There could be conversations about travel, new roles, or collaborations that seem too bold at first glance, but carry the seeds of long-term reward. This is not the time to shrink or to second-guess your readiness. The experiences you've gathered, even in stillness, have been shaping your wisdom, and now that wisdom wants to move. But here's the cosmic secret: not all progress comes from pushing. Some of it comes from listening deeply, honestly, and courageously. Your intuition is your compass now. If an opportunity makes you feel lighter, more alive, or deeply aligned, that is your yes. If it feels forced, draining, or confusing, that is your pause. The world may offer many paths, but only one of them will feel like home in your bones. Trust that feeling. You're not just building a career. You're crafting a life that honors your creativity, your leadership, and your truth. Let go of old frustrations, the ones tied to past jobs, misunderstandings, or timelines that didn't unfold as expected. They were not failures. They were preparation. This new chapter asks for your courage, yes, but also your softness. Lead with clarity, but also with heart. The allies, opportunities, and direction you need are already circling you. You don't have to chase them. Just stand tall in your authenticity, and they will find you. You are stepping into a season of professional fulfillment, not because of luck, but because of alignment. Let your path unfold with both vision and faith. You are more than ready, Leo. Your vitality is being gently restored, not by sudden force, but by the quiet rise of emotional harmony, finding its way back into your body. There is a sacred connection between your feelings and your physical state. When your heart is at ease, your cells respond with more light, more breath, more resilience. You are not just healing from exhaustion or stress. You are softening the hard edges that come from carrying too much for too long, and that softening is what invites true wellness to return. Today is not about intensity or strict regimens. It's about honoring your body as the sacred vessel it is. Gentle movements, whether through slow yoga stretching under sunlight or flowing with your breath in meditation, are not small acts. They are spiritual recalibrations. They allow your nervous system to exhale, your thoughts to settle, and your soul to speak. When you give yourself permission to rest in this way, you are not being lazy. You are listening, and that listening becomes medicine. Creative expression is also part of your healing path now. Whether through music, writing, painting, or simply allowing your imagination to roam freely, artistic energy clears emotional debris and restores inner harmony. This is not about perfection, it's about freedom. Let your healing be playful. Let it be alive. And of course, nourish your temple. Hydrate with intention, eat in a way that honors your energy rather than numbs it, and give yourself permission to rest without guilt. Your strength doesn't only live in your doing, it lives in your being. And right now, the most powerful thing you can do for your health is to return to yourself with tenderness. Your body is not separate from your spirit. It is the mirror. So as you cultivate joy, as you release pressure, as you slow down and feel, you will notice the shifts: more lightness in your step, more clarity in your mind, more radiance in your presence. This is holistic restoration, and you are ready for it. In matters of the heart, Leo, the energy surrounding you today is tender, luminous, and full of quiet promise. Whether you are in a relationship or walking your path alone, love is shifting not in loud declarations or grand gestures, but in the soft unfolding of emotional truth. This is the kind of transformation that happens when walls begin to dissolve, when silence turns into understanding, and when hearts begin to hear one another again, not through words, but through presence. If you are in a relationship, there is a sacred deepening available now, an invitation to return to each other, not with expectations, but with vulnerability. Old wounds may surface, but not to break you. They rise so they can be healed, not judged. Reconciliation is not only possible, it is beautifully supported by the cosmic current around you. but it begins with compassion. Speak with gentleness. Listen without needing to fix. Offer your presence like a balm. This is how love renews itself, not through control, but through acceptance. And if there's a conversation you've been avoiding, this may be the moment where clarity and softness can finally coexist. For those who are single, this is not a time of chasing love. It is a time of preparing to receive it. There is someone on your path, perhaps not immediately visible, perhaps just a glimmer on the horizon, whose energy will mirror yours in the most unexpected and healing way. This is not the love of the past, not something that will demand you to shrink or prove. This is the kind of connection that sees your soul clearly, that awakens your creativity, and that moves slowly with respect. Be open to subtle signs, a conversation that lingers, a synchronicity that repeats, a sense of knowing you cannot explain. Love, when it is aligned, doesn't rush in. It arrives with grace. Above all, Leo, the guidance is clear. Communicate with a heart that is willing to understand, not just be understood. Let go of prideful defenses. Let kindness be your language. Be patient with your process and forgiving with your past. The most beautiful connections bloom not in perfection, but in presence. And today, love in all its forms is calling you to step into that presence more fully. You are ready to give, to receive, to grow. Trust that the universe is aligning you with the right souls at the right time, not to fill your emptiness, but to meet your fullness. Love is here, not as a fix, but as a mirror, and what it reflects is your readiness to feel deeply again. Leo. The warmth of family and friendship is quietly weaving its way back into your life, like sunlight returning after a long shadow. Today's energy holds space for reconnection, not the kind that demands words or explanations, but the kind that happens in shared glances, quiet meals, or even the soft comfort of simply being in the same room. If there has been distance, physical, emotional, or simply the silence of busyness, this is the moment when hearts begin to remember what really matters. The universe is gently guiding you back to those who know your history, your laughter, your deeper truths, the ones who don't need to ask who you are because they've seen your seasons. Reach out even if it's just a simple message or an unexpected call. These small gestures can open up long-closed doors. There is healing and reconnection, not because everything is perfect, but because you're choosing presence over pride. You don't have to fix the past. You only need to show up with sincerity. Family, whether chosen or biological, becomes your anchor now. Their love, their wisdom, or even their quiet presence is a stabilizing force as you navigate the transitions unfolding in other parts of your life. Let their support in not as a weakness, but as a reminder that you are not meant to carry everything alone. Sometimes strength looks like allowing yourself to be held, even if only in spirit. There is also joy to be found in shared experiences. A story told, a tradition revived, a creative project done together. These are not distractions. They are soul nourishment. Within the rhythm of connection, your spirit remembers that growth doesn't have to happen in isolation. It can be witnessed, mirrored, celebrated. Leo, let go of the belief that you must always be the strong one, the leader, the one who holds everyone together. Let others hold you too. Let love return in its simplest forms, in laughter over dinner and old photos rediscovered, in the silence between words that says, "I see you, I still care." These are the moments that feed your soul and remind you that no matter how far you roam, you are always loved. When it comes to connection and compatibility, Leo. Today's cosmic patterns reveal the kinds of souls who light your fire and those who challenge you to grow. With your natural warmth and magnetic energy, you are often the center of gravity in any relationship, but this moment invites you to notice not just who is drawn to your flame, but who helps it burn brighter. Aries and Sagittarius. Your fellow fire signs are especially aligned with your rhythm now. Their passion, spontaneity, and boldness resonate with the part of you that craves adventure and expansion. With them, there is excitement, momentum, and a feeling of being seen without filters. These are the companions who say yes to your wild ideas, who run beside you instead of holding you back, and whose courage mirrors your own. But don't overlook the quiet harmony that can arise with water signs like Cancer and Pisces. Their intuitive nature, emotional depth, and nurturing energy create a safe space for your vulnerability, the side of you that the world doesn't always get to see. With them, the connection may feel softer, more spiritual, and deeply healing. They offer insight where you seek clarity and presence, where you need grounding. Together you create an alchemy of passion and intuition, strength and sensitivity. However, when it comes to earth signs like Virgo and Capricorn, the energy requires more patience. Their logical minds and structured approach may seem to contrast your fiery flow, but within that contrast lies potential. These relationships, while more challenging, can teach you the value of timing, detail, and perseverance. And if mutual respect is present, they can offer long-term stability that fuels your dreams rather than dulls them. As you move through the day, notice who supports your light without trying to control it, who listens not just to your voice, but to your silences, and who invites you to be fully yourself without judgment. Compatibility is not about similarity, it's about resonance. It's about how you feel in someone's presence, lighter, fuller, more alive. And as the universe paints today in subtle yet powerful hues, let your energy be crowned in golden yellow, your lucky color, the radiant shade of self-confidence, creativity, and new beginnings. Wear it, visualize it, or simply let it remind you that no matter who enters or exits your orbit, you are your own source of light, and your path forward is already glowing. And so, dear Leo, as we bring this moment to a close, I want to leave you with this not as an astrologer, but as someone who sees your light even when you've forgotten how brightly it burns. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are in a sacred unfolding. Everything you felt lately, the tension, the longing, the quiet, questions echoing in your chest, they haven't been signs of failure but signs of becoming. The universe is not asking you to be stronger, louder, or faster. It's asking you to come home to yourself. To remember that your worth was never dependent on how much you do or how many people approve. It was always in your being. If no one's told you this today, let me be the one. You are already enough. So as you move forward, carry this with you. Your intuition is your compass. Your heart is your truth, and your presence is more powerful than you realize. Whether today brings clarity or stillness, action or rest, know that you are guided, supported, and deeply loved. Thank you for spending this sacred time with me. I'm Luna, and it's always an honor to walk this path beside you. If today's message stirred something in your soul, I'd love to hear from you. Share your heart in the comments. Let the world feel your fire. Until next time, Leo, keep shining not for the world, but for you.